welcome to God Dog. I'm so grateful to have you here. This is a pick a card reading. If you'd like to skip straight to your pile, you may do so at any time. The timestamps are in the description and in the pinned comment below. The 3 piles today are the spiral heart, the black tourmaline, or the amazonite heart. And we're going to just do a quick 15-second meditation. You're welcome again to skip this. Just take a deep breath in. You're in the right place. You can't get this wrong. I'm going to welcome in the angels and your ancestors. And let's get started with pile 1, the spiral heart. Welcome, pile 1. Hope you're having a great week. A great 11/11 portal that passed not too long ago. What messages do your angels, your ancestors, any spirit guides have for pile 1 today? We have the Earth Alpha Female, you might be an Earth sign, you might be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You might be feeling particularly grounded lately. You might be feeling like you have both feet planted in life. You might be wanting more grounding. You might be seeking more grounding. We have the Magician. In this deck, it's called the Mage. So it looks like you're building something solid. You're building something that is tangible in the 3D. Bottom of the deck is the 2 of Earth. We have the Fire Guardian, which is the Knight of Fire. And we have the 9 of Sky, which is the 9 of Swords. That is our worry. So, you're building something that is both earth and fire. It's volcanic, it's passionate, it's sturdy, it's grounded, it's slow to build, but full of vitality. It is waking you up in the morning excited to go, but it looks like it's also keeping you up at night. So there's a lot of, it seems like despite some negative thinking here, you're continuing to grow, and the negative thinking is just the duality to the inspiration. You know, the lightning brings both the fire that is inspiration, but when it's not grounded, it can turn into worry, concern, fears, anxious thoughts. The 2 of Earth here really represents that balance between these 2 aspects of yourself. The one that feels mature, that knows that you're on the right path, and the one that is upside down and concerned. The one that is feeling like, I don't know if this is going to work out. I don't know if this is worth it. I don't know if I'm on the right path. it feels like the right path, but how do I know it's the right path? Tell us more about this 9 of sky, 3 of fire, 3 of wands. So in your building, you're still waiting for the ships to come in, which can be a time of turmoil, and it can be a time of expectation. You're not yet receiving the results of your efforts in evidence. Your evidence is not tangible yet in potentially money. You might not be seeing a tangible return financially. If this is love, you might not be seeing a tangible love relationship coming in yet, which can be incredibly disheartening. But I see here that you have a lot of heart, and you're not letting it disrupt your grit and determination to succeed. We have here the Death card. So with the Death card under the Earth Alpha female, you are in that uncomfortable place where when we've pulled an idea down from heaven, down from the collective, when we pull down those ideas and we decide to make them real, those first few steps, which are filled with passion and excitement, they slow down. You know, the world of 5D, the world of thoughts and ideas and inspiration is as fast as lightning. And when we pull it down into a tangible experience and we decide to manifest it and create it, as you can see here in the Death card, it can be, it's everything gets slow, everything slows down, and we don't see those results come in yet. It's not instantaneous in 3D, although we often wish it could be. So what I see here is you standing with enormous strength. The Queen of Earth, the Earth Alpha. I just realized this is actually the Earth Alpha male. This is the Earth Alpha male. This is the King of Pentacles, not the Queen. So what that means is that there could be a foundational shift from your role in your feminine, which is a role of receptivity, and you're not yet integrated into that Earth Alpha male frequency, which is the frequency of action and output. And so that shift can be confusing. It can be a confusing shift to go from feminine energy and receptivity to where do I let the divine lead and wait on divine timing, which is going to be our feminine, versus where do I take the next step? Where do I take the next step? Where do I act? And where does the divine act? And so the nighttime is also the divine feminine. It's a time of receptivity. So you might be staying up late with inspiration and then having a little bit of trouble translating that into action during the day and discerning, how can I tell me versus the divine? Oh, wow. Okay, so we got a few more cards. At the bottom of the deck, we now have the Fool, taking that first step of inspiration. You know, what I hear is that your guides are surrounding you at this time. They're incredibly proud of you. You have a lot of angelic support. You have a lot of angelic support. So what came out was the Ace of Earth. We have the Ace of Air, the Ace of Sky, and we have the Four of Cups, the Four of Water. You have a few seeds planted right now. You've planted the seed of in thought. And you've planted the seed in real life. You know, that's the dichotomy between fantasy, thought, and action, earth. And what I see is that you're a little disheartened by the abundance of new beginnings, but the lack of tangible belief in yourself. You've planted the seed for these dreams and you've started to take action towards them, but when we aren't seeing the results, it's incredibly difficult to stay determined, to keep up, to not become despondent and complacent and full of fear. And what your guides want you to know is that the cure to that despondency around the lack of tangible results for efforts that we have put in with the divine through prayer, manifestation, visualization, and even intention setting, and the results that we would like to see in the 3D, is to turn our attention back on creation, on chop wood and carry water. And what does that mean, to turn our attention back to chop wood and carry water? It means my friend Michelle used to say, incredibly wise woman, we aren't in the results business. 1313 when I say that. We aren't in the results business. And my interpretation of that is that we aren't in it for what we expect to receive in return. We're in it for the joy of creating. And if at any point you have lost touch with the joy of creating, you want to get back in touch with your own inner wisdom, your own inner strength. Where the well, go fill the well. Fill the well with creative inspiration, with music, confirmation. Some of you might be a musician who are listening. You might be a creative, an artist, a writer. We'll get 2 more cards here. If any part of this message has resonated, please don't forget to like. If any part of this message has resonated, please consider subscribing. We have the Seer, the Hanged Man. One more, Spirit. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. We have the Knight of Water. So and then we have the call. So if you're in a place where you've lost some of this divine inspiration, your spirit guides are telling you to go within. And that is where you'll find your source of inspiration and creativity and your love of life. If you have stopped enjoying life, it doesn't mean that you're on the right, it doesn't mean that you're on the wrong path. It doesn't mean that anything has gone wrong. If you have stopped enjoying life, Spirit is reminding you that it can be as fast and as simple as a shift in perspective. To fill our well when we aren't filled with results, when we aren't filled with applause, with appreciation, with 3D manifestation, we have to find ways to fill our own well. And that happens through shifting our perspective. We don't need to wait months, days, years, seconds for our 3D manifestations to come in. Through a shift in perspective, you can find the peace and the happiness that you are attempting to manifest in 3D right now, right this instant. So we're going to get one card from this deck, the Relax deck. I just found this. I've actually never used this deck privately or otherwise. So we're going to get one card from here. I'm actually going to clear these cards off the deck, off the platform. Angel guides, ancestors that are here for my listeners of Pile 1, please come in and share a piece of advice, a piece of knowledge, perhaps one that's in their blind spot. Perhaps you have a message for the Pile 1 listener that you've been trying to get them and have been unable to get through to them. Please, if it's your will, let that channel come through me. Ancestors, angels, divine. Reaching your goal. Okay, so it's this beautiful stairway up to this door, and you can see out there some plowed fields, which gives me the impression that this is, harvest. This is reaching your goal. So let's read this together. By setting achievable goals, we can avert the stress of failure and bring the joy of success within our grasp. Visualize yourself at the bottom of a staircase. Now, carefully mount the first step, pausing to steady yourself if you feel apprehensive. Then, slowly but surely, make your way to the top. You have reached your goal. You feel elated and fulfilled. Now open your eyes and resolve to take your first real step up that staircase today. So if you're here at Pile 1, you have an important mission here on planet Earth. You have a purpose that only you can fulfill. And if you don't know what that purpose is, ask yourself, if I don't know is a phrase you use to avoid a scary and uncomfortable truth. I do know. I do know why I'm here. I do know my purpose. I just don't believe it's possible. I'm just afraid that if I were to say it out loud, I'd be laughed at. The voice of my own inner critic has become so loud that I am afraid to even take the first step. Everyone thought that it was impossible to hit a 4-minute mile in the running community until the first person did it anyways, and then another, and then another, and then another. So whatever it is that you are here to do to contribute to this world, take one small step today, and then another, and then another. Thank you so much, Pile 1. Again, please like, comment what your dream, what your goal is. Please consider subscribing. It means the world to me. Thank you again. Bye-bye. Pile 2. Oh no, bird down. Oh, that's not a bird. That is a frog. These are my twin flame frogs, my lovers. We'll put them together. Okay, so this maybe is a love reading. We'll find out. We'll find out. If you chose the black tourmaline, you are in the correct pile. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. It means the world. It means the world. All right, let's jump in. How? How do I jump in? How do I jump in? 7 of C, that's the 7 of Cups. Okay, many options, many possibilities, many fantasies. We have the Earth alpha female, shy, strong, humble, non-assuming, doing her thing. We have the sea puppy, exuberant, playful, full of joy, happiness. We have the star, the dog star. So I can see that you have several fantasies, several dreams that you're wishing upon, that you're hoping for. We have the trickster, the devil. So you might be a Capricorn. You might be dealing with a Capricorn. I can see that you are grounded, humble, receptive, open to love. Imagining possibilities. And there's somebody here who's represented by the trickster, which is considered a wish come true. And I can see that in some ways this person is representing the bad boy or bad girl. They are potentially a party animal, but maybe not. They are flirtatious, charismatic, hot and cold, creative, artistic, essentially the antonym to the Earth alpha female. So you might be feeling a little worried. This person might feel a little too good to be true. You're looking and you're wondering if you're in a place of fantasy. You're trying to determine if you're in a place of fantasy over this person, and you're a very grounded individual, whoever you are, and I can see that you're unwilling to let that happen. This person's energy is incredibly playful. We have the trickster, who is just full of its divine darkness, divine shadow. And underneath the sea puppy, we have the emperor. So you very well may be dealing with an emperor here. You very well may be dealing with an emperor. I don't want to speak too soon because, I understand your skepticism. I understand your skepticism. Bottom of the deck is the Ten of Earth. Confirmation. Two more cards came out. Three more. We have the Earth Puppy in reverse. We have the Ten of Cups upright. And we have the Sea Alpha female. This is an emotionally fulfilling connection for you. What I'm seeing is that when you're together, this person makes you happy. And you can see that they are your opposite. And not every relationship is opposites attract, but one of the benefits of having a relationship with your opposite is that it really takes away a sense of competition. You know, one of the more painful dynamics in a love relationship is when you can feel that your partner is unable to feel happy for you because they are unable to be without that sense of competition. I can see that you like each other, you make each other happy. You don't fully trust this person. You don't fully trust this person. The Earth Alpha, the Earth Puppy in reverse here. This is a playful inner child connection between two dogs that are not of the same species. One is wild, like this, I'm picking up, of course, masculine, but this other, they don't have to be. If you're a male watcher, thank you so much for being here. You might feel, flip-flop the roles as you must. If this is your storyline, you'll know it. You'll know where to plug yourself in. So you're having trouble trusting this wild puppy. You can't tell if they are your wish fulfillment or spinning webs. But it's hard to ignore this big, beautiful, bright Ten of Cups. And then we have the Sea Alpha female. She's incredibly in touch with her emotions. She is calm, cool, collected. She is deep and compassionate. She is deeply feminine. She is beautiful, often carrying Aphrodite energy. And it seems as though you are dealing with an emperor, after all. an emperor who, despite yourself, brings out your inner child. And you bring out theirs. You have a beautiful potential with this person. The 10 of Cups and the 10 of Earth on the bottom of the deck. So, what next? Let's dig into this trickster energy, because it's causing you concern. It's causing you concern, and you're not letting down your guard, and it's very possible that you've been through past traumas and turmoil. You've been cheated on. You don't know if they're a player. You don't know if they're out doing this with other women. I mean, their energy is so childlike. I mean, trickster energy it's hot, you know, but it's also concerning. It's concerning. You don't want to be played for a fool. And yet you feel this deep inner child connection with them. So there's also a really strong sense of celebration and playfulness. You might be really enjoying meeting their friends. Then we have the Strength card. What I'm hearing is that your guides really just want you to trust yourself and the work you've done on yourself. Look at this, bottom of the deck. The Lovers, the Call. I have goosebumps. This is your person. And when I say this is your person, that always comes with an asterisk. And that asterisk is that we all have free will. And we have free will every day of our lives. We put one foot in front of the other. We choose a path. And so we might choose a path to join into partnership with somebody that we love and that we are a divine match for. But then we have to walk down this path with them for the rest of our life. There's no time where we aren't going to have free will to walk off of that path at our discretion. And the same with theirs. Every day is a choice to continue to walk this same path together, to answer the call of spirit together. There's never going to be a time where that is not going to be a choice for both of you or either of you. And that is one of the reasons that the divine takes so seriously relationships that are challenging or impossible to get out of. Because it is finding the word here, I'm searching for it. Betrayal of divine law. One of the most important laws that there is to God is the law of free will. So every single day, you or this person, any divine destined partner, can choose to take a different path, to stop this path together. And so you're afraid to trust them, and you want to know if they're yours forever. And the answer is, that's a choice that you're both going to have to make every day. And the option to not be destined is always going to be just as available as the option to be destined. So continue to choose each other, and be open to signs if they're not choosing you. But I have to say, I'm not seeing a single one. I'm not seeing a single sign. Let's find out. I hope I didn't speak too soon. The Fool and the Hermit in reverse. New beginning to end this isolation. I'm not seeing a single sign that this person has anything that they are hiding and that you have to be so afraid of. Trust yourself. Trust what you can see with your eyes. And if they make you happy when you're together, great. If they make you unhappy when you're together, pay attention to that. If the only time you feel unhappy about this trickster is when you are apart and you're worrying about what's going on, that's a little bit of a sign that that there's nothing wrong with the relationship, that because you can't work through issues with this person when you're not together. If these issues come up when you're together, then you can work through them and you can have an opportunity to do so. But if the only time you're worrying about this person being a player or this or that is based on when you're not together, that is a sign that you're potentially dealing with those thoughts and questions inside of yourself. And I don't know. Just be aware of that. Just notice. Notice how you feel when you're with them. If they're making you feel bad when you're with them, that's a concern. If the only time you're feeling bad is when you're apart and you're worrying about things you can't control, that's less of a concern on the relationship. Okay, this is a deck called the Relax deck. And I just found it. I've never used it. And here we go. Ancestors, angels, guides. Please give a message to pile 2 if you've been trying to get something through to them that they haven't been hearing, and please allow me to be a channel for that message. Pile 2 viewers, angels, guides, ancestors. If you have a message of advice, okay. Thank you. The Tree of Life. The body is a vehicle of life, not its essence. We are no more defined by our physical appearance than a tree is defined by its trunk. Likewise, our experiences, which could be likened to the branches of a tree, might seem to shape us, but they do not. Meditate on your inner self, the core of your being, which cannot be battered by circumstance nor laid open to the scrutiny of others, to discover the essence of who you really are. And I have a little bit of a, I haven't wanted to delve into it because I just don't want to be out of place, but I do sense that there are some in this pile who have seen some incredibly challenging relationships, and you've been treated unkindly and potentially been manipulated. And for that, I'm sorry. Those experiences don't divine you. Those experiences don't define you. Okay, I got you a few more messages because my heart hurt for you. So your birthing worlds unseen. Your faith encoded a new frequency of fortune. They're replaying everything and they felt your pull instantly. This person is obsessed with you. They can't stop thinking about you. Part of the problem is that you're just having a hard time understanding how obsessed with you this person is, and their obsession is not because they are obsessed with everybody. You're just having trouble understanding how amazing you are because of your past trauma or experiences. And for that, I'm so sorry. Take your time. There's no rush. Take your time. He's pretty cute. Thank you so much, Pile 2. Okay. Like, subscribe if anything has resonated. Greatly appreciate it. Pile 3. Welcome, Pile 3. Welcome, loves. This, oh my God, ash everywhere. Okay. Pile 3 is always a little bit explosive, fiery. This Amazonite heart is really, really precious to me. It's a precious stone that I received after a very brave and challenging ending in my life. And I have been unable to lose this Amazonite heart. I've not taken very good care of it. It just doesn't go away. I've put it in my pocket, I've lost it in purses, and it just keeps showing up. It won't leave. Isn't that lovely? So, new beginnings. Oh, the Fool. Oh my God, super new beginnings. Cool. You might have just gone through a major, major new beginning. Sky Puppy. That is the Page of Swords. That is inner child coming out. Seven of Fire. We have the Fire Alpha Male in reverse, and a card fell on the floor. Be right back. We have the Sky Guardian. So now we have the, oh, card flipped over. We have the Ace of Sky. So we have the Ace of Swords. We have the Page of Swords. We have the Knight of Swords. We have the Seven of Fire. We have the King of Fire in reverse. And now we have the Four of Earth. The bottom of the deck is the Nine of Sea, wishes fulfilled. I'm going to take a sip of my espresso. Okay. I see that you had a new beginning. I see that you've taken a leap of faith. I see that you are gaining speed and momentum. I see the new beginning in here. The Ace of Sky. You're incredibly protective of this new beginning with the Seven of Fire and the Four of Earth. You are not sharing your thoughts, ideas, resources, creative impetuses, future visions with anybody. You are like keeping your cards close to your chest, so to speak. You may have just ended a relationship with a Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. You may have left a relationship. You may have run away from a relationship. If you are an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius male, this is just further confirmation that you are not out there showing your aggression. You're not showing your passion in the way that you do best, which is by standing out. You're doing it quietly, which is unusual for you and probably uncomfortable. But you can see that you have something major, you're leaping towards this new beginning. You're just leaping and bounding. Something is working great for you right now. I mean, I see that you've just, whatever it is up here that you've had to leave, you're starting something new and amazing. I want to hear more about what this Ace of Sky is, because I'm curious. It's wish fulfillment, whatever it is. I'm super curious what you are headed towards. You know, that's a little bit of just my instinct. I don't like to personally delve into the past unless Spirit asks for it specifically for confirmation. So ancestors, guides for pile 3. Please let me be a channel for any messages that you'd like for them to come through. If anything in this message has resonated so far, please please consider subscribing. Just a reminder. So now we have, okay, so we have the King of Swords. We have the 8 of Fire. Tell us more about this new beginning. Ancestors, angels for pile 3. What is it that you'd like to tell them? Please let me be a channel. 8 of Cups. You're evolving fast. You're evolving fast. I mean, look at this. You have some sort of new beginning here with the Ace of Swords, and you've moved from the child to the knight to the king overnight. No wonder you're not telling anybody what you're doing, because you don't want them to F it up. We all kind of know that feeling, right? You don't want them to F it up. You don't trust people. You know, you're walking away from some relationships. Some people who have not served your highest good. And you might have stayed too long in those. It can be a very painful experience to leave some long-term relationships and start to grow quickly and realize how much they were holding you back. That can be a ridiculously painful experience because time is so precious. And I see that you are wasting none of it. You're not wasting any more time on things that don't serve your highest good. The 8 of Sky. And I guess, unfortunately, Spirit wants to point out here that you are having a little bit of trouble getting rid of some scavengers. There are people, you know, trying to scavenge your energy. So it's unfortunate. And I'm sorry to hear that. So you're walking away and you're being chased. What you're building is not under threat. It is stable, but it is a challenge to split your energy between having to outrun scavengers and build. You know, it's interesting. What are you building? Because I see that you're under an extreme accelerated growth. I can see that you're, you know, the knight, the child to the puppy, to the guardian, to the sky alpha male. I can see that you're really in an accelerated growth period. But like, what are you working on? The 8 of Earth. What are you working on? It's your business, you know, it's your business. So when I just said that, what I meant was it's your own business, but what I just heard from Spirit is you're building your own business. So you're building a business. You're likely an entrepreneur. Wow. Okay. So now we have this Sky Alpha female. So I'm going to stop pulling cards, and we have Justice. So I need to just put away all of these cards for a minute and I need to look at this dynamic, because we now have the entire court card family for Sky. We have the Sky Alpha male. We have the Sky Alpha female. We have the Sky Guardian. We have the Sky Puppy. We have Justice. Some of you here may have gone through a divorce, a rupture in your family. Some of you may be recovering from a legal divorce. And I see that even if whatever you've gone through, even if it didn't go through the legal system, has reached a place of justice, divine justice. You've reached a place of divine justice, and you're whole again. You're whole again. You've healed your inner child, your inner teenager, and you are very balanced in your masculine and feminine. You're balanced in your adult and your inner child. You're balanced. You're fast moving. You're building generational wealth. What I'm hearing is that if you are building a business right now, or if you're embarking on that, that is going to be something that creates generational wealth for your family. I need a little bit more spirit. I feel like I'm missing something. Can you give us some message cards, please? Angels, guides, ancestors for pile 3, please give us a little more information on pile 3 and what they need to hear. Please let these channeled messages come through me. Yeah, you're unforgettable. You know, I was sitting here, and while I was pulling these cards, I was thinking there's something in the air for this pile. There's a reverence that is coming up for me because this is really an unusual. It's worth slowing down for a second and saying your pile just had the entire family of air come out. I mean, it's a very unusual thing in if you play poker or cards. A royal flush is when all of the court cards for a suit come out. So the king, the ace, the king, the queen, the jack, the 10 of clubs, let's say. And we essentially just got that. And it's the best hand in cards. It beats everything else. And we just got that. So you are unforgettable. You are unforgettable. If you have gone through a relationship loss, you're healed. You know, your body kept the score and then erased it. The angels witnessed every page burn. You know, you have created your own justice, I see, through healing. It's incredible. Expect a random deposit. That's just confirmation that you, so one of the things that can happen if you are in a situation where you have had to become defensive and you've had some scavengers who won't get off your back and you've had to become very quiet about what you're working on, you've not been able to express it or build it in a public way, or you've not been able to create it in a way that is unrestrained, you'll actually build a backlog of karmic rewards. And then when the energy shifts and comes to an end, which it always does, because you've let the divine seek justice, you've believed and followed divine justice, you're going to get that a random deposit. And it might be financial, and for many of you it will be. But look, keep an eye out for other types of deposits as well. Just karmic payback. It's going to start coming in, trickling in, or more than a trickle with the Eight of Wands earlier in your read. Move your body, move your energy. Move your body, move your energy. That's just a message for somebody. A lot of times we can get a little stagnant with our body keeps the score and then erased it. Sometimes we just need to move. It helps to detox some experiences out of us. We can just move our body a little bit, ground some of that energy back into Mother Earth. Okay, beautiful. So, just a reminder, please like if you haven't yet. If you're still with me, please consider subscribing. And I have one final card from a deck I've been working with today for the first time. I've never used it. The first time I've used it is on camera. It's a really special deck. It's called the Rest deck. Angels, spirit guides for pile 3. Please give them a message. Okay, 2 messages. Thank you, Spirit. We have the Mountain, and we have the Sea of Solomon. Okay, here we go. The Seal of Solomon. The Seal of Solomon. In this Judaic symbol, the upward pointing triangle represents fire and masculine energy, while the downward pointing triangle represents water and feminine energy. The two meet in perfect balance. As you meditate upon this symbol, see the two interlocked shapes as the single figure, reflecting the underlying unity of creation. Contemplate also the way in which life depends on variety, and resolve not to let others' differences disturb your tranquility. That is truly just a confirmation from Spirit that you have accomplished something powerful in balancing your masculine and feminine, and that is, receiving divine justice. The Mountain. Historically, mountains have been seen as the dwelling places of the gods, yet most mountain peaks can be scaled if we have the will, the strength, and the equipment to climb them. The gods are not inaccessible forever. However, if we believe we can achieve great things quickly, we will become the victims of our own presumption. Yes, we can climb mountains, but mountain climbing is dangerous. It is wise to proceed one step at a time. And so with these 2 cards, in the other piles, they were more advice cards, but I'm actually seeing these truly as just confirmation. Whatever it is that you have accomplished or are accomplishing, the angels, your guides, your ancestors just want you to know that they see you. They want you to understand that they've been watching, that divine justice is at play, and to keep doing exactly what you're doing, one step at a time. Thank you so much, Pile 3, for coming to this reading, and I hope to have you again. Bye-bye.